So today I would like to share 3 reasons why stacking gold and silver is more important than ever. Now I don't want to come off as a doomsday person, but I think we need to be honest and all be realist here. Now first off, we really haven't talked about a potential cyber attack or even some sort of EMP attack, even though we have seen small ones, but we've never seen one on a large scale yet. And let's think about a scenario for a moment. For an example, suppose some of the big banks are hacked, so only cash or other forms of payment can be accepted. And now I think most of us know most people don't carry a whole lot of cash on them. And the next logical solution would be to use cash, which could be argued to be better than cash as well. And something of value will be involved, and perhaps maybe even probably precious metals. You're going to go through your cash pretty quickly if the situation persists. And it could take a while to resolve. Now, right now, I believe we are more vulnerable than ever before. Companies are cutting costs now, and cybersecurity doesn't always get the funding and attention it deserves. The reason for it is that cybersecurity isn't really the most hottest thing in the office. So not all companies are interested in it. And the problem is, if a company is hacked and the attackers get customer data, trust in that system can collapse very quickly if the attackers get access to a lot of different industries. And of course, there are a lot more critical systems and infrastructure than banking and digital payment systems that would be devastating if hacked. In the case of the energy grid or our satellites, and now most people know how delicate the power grid is, but we are so reliant on our satellites we could lose communication in an instant. Moreover, the advent of smart devices, including smartphones, smart refrigerators, cameras, and smart thermostats, make them really easy targets. While they aren't as serious now, they are still easy to target. The passwords they tend to use are very weak, and they rarely have updates. Now, the second reason that you perhaps may want to own gold and silver right now is the economic turmoil that we're experiencing right now. Now, with Silicon Valley's bank fail, consumer confidence has been rattled, and there has never been a worse time, in my opinion, right now. And maybe you could say, maybe it's like 2008, or heck, I think some people would even say maybe it's like 1929. And I tend to believe that the Fed is going to keep raising rates until something majorly breaks. And additionally, we have just experienced some bank failures. And now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think we're going to see many, many more bank failures. And who knows what the Federal Reserve will do. It will take time for everything to settle, and then we will see what happens. We are now in a stage where it really doesn't matter what the Fed plans on doing, whether they decide to raise rates or pivot and cut interest rates. We'll just keep seeing delinquencies and defaults rising, with a variety of loans if they decide to pause and inflation continues to climb. It's no secret that credit card debt is at an all-time high, and the savings rate is at an all-time low. Now, houses and cars are still way overpriced and very expensive, and many people just can't simply afford them. Now, with more workers wanting to, work remote, work at home, commercial loans will be much more difficult to obtain. And really, unfortunately, it's just a lose-lose situation. And I just think the optics of it, the pressure is going to make them cave and possibly cut rates. But again, I guess it's a wait and see game. Now, liquidity is the third reason on why we should own gold and silver. And this is probably the most important reason, and one of the most important reasons. Silver and gold are the only hard assets that are as liquid as they are. The value will always remain, there will always be a buyer, and the value will always remain. And there are there are many reasons for this to be important, and it's just not a bad situation. Now, as most of us know, the Federal Reserve wants higher unemployment rates. And as a result, layoffs will continue and things will get worse. Companies are now being encouraged by the Fed to start laying off and reducing hiring at this point. And as of now, we know that we have seen some huge layoffs, especially from the tech sector. But in my opinion, along with the tech sector, I think we're going to start to see other sectors start to do layoffs in the masses. Therefore, we are only seeing the iceberg of the layoffs, and the worst has yet to come. So thanks for tuning in, and keep on stacking gold and silver, and I'll see you on the next one.